I say 2, 1, 2, 3 so that you can easily remember. Okay, so I said this 2, 1, 2, 3, the principle behind this is this: when you divide the upper jaw into 2, you divide the lower jaw also into 2, like equal halves. So you have 2 incisors, 1, 2 incisors. Then we have 1 canal, so just 1 canal. Then you have 2 premolars, premolar 1, premolar 2. Then you have 3 molars, so you have molar 1, molar 2, molar 3. So in a man adult, that is an adult man, this is the kind of arrangement you have. So you have this representation for the other part of the upper jaw, the 2 sides of the lower jaw. And when you sum this up, 2 incisors, 1 canal, 2 premolars, and 3 molars, you have 8 teeth altogether. So you have 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, and also 8 here. 8 plus 8 is 16. 8 plus 8 is 16. So 16 plus 16 will give you 32. So that is how we came about the dental formula 2, 1, 2, 3. But when you say 2, 1, 2, 3, you know that you have to balance the numerator and the denominator. So this 2, 1, 2, 3, the upper part is representing the half of the upper jaw, then also the lower jaw. You have the same number of teeth at the upper jaw as the same as the lower jaw in man. So you say 2, 1, 2, 3, which will give you 32 when you add it all together. Man is omnivorous, that is, he feeds on flesh as well as on herb. So his teeth is modified to deal with any type of food, either flesh or herb. So you have the incisors of man being broad and sharp for cutting. Then the canines are bluntly pointed, which assist in gripping and tearing food. I said incisors are for cutting, canines are for tearing. So the premolars and the molars you find in man have strong hooks for cutting and grinding. That's what that part does. It cuts and then grinds the food for easy consumption of the man. Now we talk about the adaptation of mammalian teeth in rabbits for feeding. So we want to talk about rabbit now. We've just talked about the dentition in man, but now we want to talk about the dentition in rabbits. Rabbit is also a mammal, but its own dentition is different from that of man. And the dental formula in rabbits is 2033. But in rabbits, unlike the one we have in man, the upper jaw, the number of teeth you find in the upper jaw is not the same as you find in the lower jaw. So the dental formula of rabbits is a bit technical, not as easy as you can easily remember that of man. So you have the dental formula to be 2/1, 0/0, 3/2, then you have 3/3. So you have incisor, canal, premolar, and molar. The number of teeth at the upper jaw is not the same as you have in the lower jaw. So, but you can always know that for you to easily remember, just put it like back in your mind that in a rabbit, the number of teeth in incisor and premolar are the only ones that are not equal at the upper and the lower jaw. It is less than 1. Okay, let's look at teeth. If you say 2033 is the dental formula for rabbits, and you have it at the back of your mind that in incisor and premolar, the lower jaw is less than 1. So you just say, okay, since this is 2033, so you know that the lower jaw will be 1023. So incisors 2, canine 0, premolar 3, molar 3. Just as we have in man, the same illustration, the upper jaw, the lower jaw. So divide it into 2 or divide the teeth into 4. So you have, at the upper jaw, you have 2 incisors, incisor 1, incisor 2. No canine, we have premolar 1, premolar 2, premolar 3. Then molar 1, molar 2, molar 3. At the upper jaw, 1, 1, then 0, premolar 1, premolar 2, molar 1, molar 2, molar 3. The premolar is 3. Then for the lower jaw, you have incisor. Incisor is just 1, canal is 0, then premolar is just 2, premolar 1, premolar 2, then molar 1, 2, 3. So at the lower jaw, you have 1 canal, 2 premolar, 3 molars for the lower jaw. So when you look at it, let's calculate it together. At the upper jaw, you have 2 plus 2, 2 plus 3 plus 3. That is 8. Also here you have 8. But here we have 1 plus 2 plus 3. This is 6. And also 6 here. So we have 8 plus 8 is 16. 6 plus 6 is 12. So we have the number of teeth in a rabbit being 28 all together. So that's how we get the 28. The number of teeth at the upper and lower jaw are not the same. So we have 8 at each side of the upper jaw, then 6 at each side of the lower jaw. So when you add everything together, you have 28. You know, rabbit is herbivorous in nature. That is, it only feeds on herbs or grasses, and its teeth grows throughout its life. Now, the incisors of the rabbit is flat, and it has sharp cutting edge to cut off large pieces of vegetation or grasses. When you observe this dental formula, you discover that there are no canals. Why? Canals are absent on both the upper and the lower jaw of rabbit, since they are not necessary for eating vegetation. You know, we say canals are for tearing flesh. Since rabbit does not have any flesh, it is tearing, so it doesn't need it. That is why you don't find it. That is adaptation. Then diastema. There is a place called diastema. This space, the last space between the incisors and the premolars, which allows for the manipulation of grass in the mouth of the canine. So the space that canine is supposed to occupy, we call it diastema. So it allows for manipulation of grass in the mouth of the rabbit. Then the premolars and molars are large and closely packed together that forms large surface area and is ridged to allow for proper grinding of food to fine particles. Having talked about dentition in man, which is an omnivore, and in rabbit, which is an herbivore, we want to talk about dentition in dog, which is a carnivore. So the dental formula for dog is 3142. 3142. But also in dog, the number of teeth at the upper jaw is not the same as what we have in the lower jaw, and that occurs only at the premolar. So you have an extra premolar in the number of teeth that you find in your dog. So let's go. It's like this. You have one also here, 4 here, but you have an extra one here, so you have 3. So in dog you have 3142, but at the lower jaw you have 3143. So you have incisor, canal, premolar, and your molar. So this is the dental formula of dog, which is a carnivorous animal. So let's just do the illustration again, so that we can be able to calculate the number of teeth that you have in a dog. So you have 3 incisors, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then just 1 canal, 4 premolars, 1, 2, premolar 3, premolar 4. Then you have 2 molars, molar 1, molar 2. The same here. Then at the lower jaw, we have 3 incisors, incisor 1, 2, 3, 1 canal, canal 1, premolar 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have molar 1, 2, 3 in the lower jaw. So let's calculate the number of teeth that a dog has. This is 3 incisor plus 1 canal, that makes it 4, plus 4 premolar, that makes it 8. 8 plus 2, you have 10. So you have 10 teeth at the this side, also 10 here. Then for this place, you have 3 incisor plus 1 canine, that makes it 4, plus 4 premolar, that makes it 8, plus 3 molars, that makes it 11. So you have 10, 10, 11, 11. So 10, 10, you have 20, 10 plus 10, 20, 11 plus 11, 22. So in a dog, you have 42 teeth in a dog. So